Hello, this is Bob Lewis of Bob Lewis Ministries in Citrus Heights, California, with some more musings for what they're worth. And, this coronavirus thing is causing a lot of us to discuss what's going to happen with churches after it's over. Will we just continue to do things online? Will we meet together? Will attendance drop? Will it go up? And we're all worried about the churches. And I think no matter how the church does it, people are going to continue to get together, even if it's once a month and the rest of the time online or something like that. I think the biggest effect is going to be on denominations. And I think it's because of the nature of denominationalism and how it grew up. Because from church history, we know there were always underground churches, I think. And because they were underground, we don't have any history on them. All we have is what was written about the Roman Catholic Church and the Reformation in Europe. And we tend to think because the Western world was dominant for so long, and still is to some degree, over the rest of the world, that there weren't Christians meeting in other parts of the world even then. I think we're wrong if we think that. It's just that history was written by people from the West, and so we know more about that. And denominationalism really grew up in a free society of the United States after it was formed. And anybody could start a denomination. And we didn't differ that much for the most part, unless you were Roman Catholic, maybe Episcopal, but for the Protestants, we pretty much all agreed you had to be born again. We all agreed you had to be baptized. We all agreed you had to meet together and encourage one another. And we all agreed that the Bible was the central point of doing that. But anybody could start a denomination, and so we started it by elevating the minor things of our faith, like do you baptize 3 times forward or 1 time backward? Do you do the Lord's Supper once a week or once a month or every 6 months? Or we had different things we fought over, and yet if you walked into a building, they still all had the pews and the pulpit, and they may have had a divided chancel, for the minister who could open the word and the layman, who had to read from a little lectern. But we all had stuff like that. But evangelicalism by the mid-20th century had pretty much won the day about Billy Graham and everything being born again. And so I think the church is going to survive. It may meet once a month and the rest of the time online. It may continue meeting all the time. It may not emphasize the architecture of a church and how it should look. They may just rent a hall. I think the biggest impact may be on denominationalism itself. Already, denominations are dependent on local congregations, and as local congregations change, and as they have access to more of the things denominations provided, like in my denomination, the Southern Baptist Convention, we had a Sunday school board that provided us with Sunday school literature and other kinds of literature, and Lord's Supper utensils, and on, books, study courses. And so the denomination connected all of us. It was a communication tool back in the day, in the 1800s, when communication was hard. The denomination was a vehicle for communication and for doing things that one church couldn't afford to do. But now, when you can download it for free, and when you can talk to people around the world sitting at your desk on your computer, where you can have a Zoom meeting. I think it's not the local church that's going to suffer as much. It's going to change, but it's not going to suffer as much as denominationalism. I'd like to know what you think. Are we going to go back to, just everything's the same? You're just going to get back lockstep the way it is? Or will there be some fundamental changes in churches, denominations, how often we meet, how we meet, when we meet? Something to think about, and it'll be fun a year from now to look back at this video and see what really happened. God bless you, and I'll see you on another video later.